much.
Now, the clock is running out today on the no-show Texas Democrats who broke quorum to block a redistricting vote. But the consequences begin.
Comptroller Kelly Hancock and I have enacted a new policy stating that any member absent for the purpose of breaking quorum will no longer have their paycheck or per diem deposited electronically. While the Constitution forbids us from withholding pay, it does not dictate how we issue the pay. Those checks must now be picked up in person on Capitol grounds, effective immediately.
And where are these AWOL lawmakers, you ask? Well, they're hopping from Illinois to California, where Newsom and Pelosi are currently babysitting the escapees. Here they are moments ago.
The Republicans are acting because they have bankruptcy of ideas. They have nothing, no winning ideas to present to the American people, and they cannot defend their actions legitimately.
Had it not been for the courage of the Democratic representatives from Texas to stand tall and to stand up, to walk out, as is their right, as old a principle as American pie.
With possible arrests looming and daily $500 fines racking up, our next guest is proposing a bill to kick out any Texas lawmaker who skips 7 straight legislative days without an excused absence.
I like that. And joining us now, Texas State Representative Briscoe Cain. Briscoe, great to talk to you again. So let's dive right in. One, are those Texas Rangers going to be waiting for those lawmakers when they show up to pick up their checks? And how would you proceed with your proposal? Can you get this through both houses?
Yeah, howdy from Austin, Texas. Look, what the Democrats have done by going off to vacation out of state, and of course, what I believe have abandoned their districts as well, is essentially stop the wheels of government working. There's a lot of important things for us to do. We're trying to lower property taxes, reduce local government spending, make it easier to build semiconductors here as well. And I'm sure we may talk about the tragic flood response. Sadly, we're not able to function, so it probably wouldn't happen this session. But ideas like this, because of the consequences of it, are something that need to be socialized and discussed. So there's, of course, a Senate companion, and I would expect it to pass soon. But a lot of people do believe this is kind of a step in the right direction. Ultimately, they need to be taken back here as fast as we can.
And of course, this isn't the first time Democrats have left when the going gets tough. They've left in 1979, 2003, 2021, 2025. So it seems to just be the thing that they do. But what I want to ask you is, so New York redistricted last year mid-decade. You can look at states like California, New Mexico, the list goes on, where Republicans are either underrepresented or not represented at all, despite having a healthy share of the vote in the state. So what's this really about for these Democrats?
It's really simple. It's about clinging on to power they did not earn at the ballot box and nothing more. Their actions are dilatory, and they'll pay for it at the ballot box as they have in the past. And last time, and after the last redistricting, 03-04, when they did it in 2021, which was still kind of a bad memory for me. I was standing there on the front mic when they walked off. That was my bill when they broke quorum. But what they did in 2021 is still so fresh in the minds of the majority party today. They've committed political suicide, in my opinion.
You know, the governor and the legislature took action after 2021. You put some things in place. You're looking to add more to this. How else can you compel these Democrats, and maybe not to come back, but put other measures in place that if they do this again, they continue to lose? Look, this is performative politics. They lost in 2021. At other times, Wisconsin to Illinois, the Democrats lost. Most of these bills with minor adjustments were passed, whether in session or next session. So we know it's performative.
That's correct. Well, they're in a lot of hot water, potentially. Not only is Beto's organization being investigated for bribery, but members may as well. In fact, a grand jury certainly needs to look into it. Essentially, under our law, under 36.02 of the Texas Penal Code, anyone that's solicited or accepts some kind of benefit as consideration for their discretionary action as a public servant, like not showing up to work, if I'm willing to fly you somewhere, it really sounds like they could have possibly violated the law. We've also seen the governor and Attorney General Ken Paxton file petitions with the Texas Supreme Court, now seeking to have 14 people's seats to be vacated. It's a hard thing to argue with. They have no present intent of returning. Almost sounds like they may not even live in Texas anymore.
What do you make about the FBI getting involved in trying to find some of these missing Texas Democrats?
Well, the Texas economy is not just important to our state, it's important to the United States and the world. So we need to be able to function. I'll take all the help we can get. Just been trying to recruit a couple of rednecks from Florida to go maybe recruit some and bring them back to us.
You know, you still have the coolest name, Briscoe. I always enjoy having you on my show.
I like
Thank
the
you.
howdy, too. I like the howdy. Thank you. Representative Briscoe
Okay.
Cain, we appreciate you. Thank you, sir.